Welcome back, everyone. I'm so excited to introduce you to these darling little Teddy Bear Goldendoodle puppies. This video is part of a special two-part series where we're taking a deeper, more intentional look into the first week of life with our Teddy Bear Goldendoodles. It's such a foundational stage, and I can't wait to share part 2 with you very soon. This is Lady's Litter, and we're going to walk you through their very first week of life together. This pink collar girl right here was actually born first, and one thing I loved so much about her is she came out strong and started nursing almost immediately, which is exactly what we want to see. That early instinct tells us a lot about how they're going to do. Overall, this litter is showing really nice strength already. You can see it in how they move, how they root, and how determined they are to stay close to mom. Lady, she is just such a happy, attentive mom. She really settles into motherhood so naturally, and I'm just excited to share her Teddy Bear puppies with you. When we're watching a delivery, we're paying attention to so many small details: breathing, movement, responsiveness, and every time I just feel really honored to be a part of the experience. So now that you get to see all these guys who are here and settled in, I mean, you can see they are just as cute as can be. This stage is so special because they're tiny right now, but they're going to grow so quickly. During the first week, one of the most important things we focus on is weight, and I want to explain why this matters, because at this stage, weight tells us everything. It tells us that they're nursing well, it tells us that they're strong enough to compete, and if mom is producing the way that she should. And when we stay ahead of weight, we stay ahead of problems. You'll also notice we're putting collars on them, and that's simply so we can tell them apart, but also so you can start to get to know them each one by one, because even now, their little personalities are already starting to show. So this is our first little girl, the pink collar female. You'll see me weigh each puppy, and I like to show this process because it helps you understand what we're watching for. They are so wiggly right now. This scale gives us a general idea, but we double check with a smaller scale for exact weights. What we're looking for is consistency, not perfection. At birth, these little teddy bear puppies weigh between 5 to 7 ounces, and from here we want to see steady daily gain. They may lose a little bit in the beginning, but we want to see the gain after that. If we don't see that, we step in early and we intervene. When we still don't have names for these little teddy bears yet, I like to give them about a week so I can get a better idea of their personality, so I make sure I pick a name that fits them personally. And I'm so excited. We have some cute names, but I would love to hear if you guys have any ideas on what we should name these darling teddy bears. Now that we have the pink collar female officially labeled, we're going to move on to our next puppy, which is our burgundy collar female. You'll see we'll go ahead and put this little collar on her. They're just little simple slip collars so that we can make sure they don't get too tight and inadvertently cause any problems like they get tangled in them. I really like these because they're washable, helps us maintain the cleanliness that we strive for in helping start that foundation of potty training. So during this first week, I also want to bring up, we simplify everything down to 3 priorities: warmth, milk, and growth. If those 3 things are happening consistently, everything else will tend to follow. And here she is, her little collar. Isn't she just perfect? I love that little white mark on her head. Each of these guys has such unique markings. Next up is this little female right here. I thought we'd do the girls first, then we would go ahead and go on to the boys. We're going to go ahead and give her a purple collar. I think this one just fits her so perfectly. Something you'll notice is how much they move, even at this age, and this is actually really a good sign. Healthy puppies are active. They're searching, they're rooting, and they're working to stay close to mom, and that effort is what keeps them thriving. We want to see this. I would be worried if they weren't moving this much. It may be hard for us to see on this scale right here just exactly how much they weigh to the nearest 100th of an ounce, so that's why we're going to double check this weight on my smaller scale, but I wanted to give you guys a first-hand experience on how you can see how wiggly they are and how ready they are to get into this life and thrive. Aren't they just adorable? Here's her perfect little collar, and that is our purple female and just as wiggly as ever. All right, the next little wiggly counterpart that we have coming up is this guy right here. He is all over the place. Look at the markings on his chest and on his face. As you can see, it's really light and pink around his nose, which is totally normal. You're going to see that color change over time. Their noses do not stay pink. However, as they get a little bit older, we're going to see a lot more of that white come in, so I'm excited to see his coat. I want to say as well, ideally when someone asks us, what are we looking for in a puppy after they're just born? We are going to see that we want them to be nursing within the first 20 minutes. We want to see determination, wiggle, drive, because if you think about it, at this stage, they have a lot of work to do. They can't see, they can't hear. Everything is based on instinct and smell. And there's definitely a little competition between them because they all want the best spot on mom. And so when I see the wiggles, I know they're going to do good because they already have the instinct and drive right there. Next up right here is our little blue collar male. Look at the white on him. Isn't he just adorable? Once again, we're going to see that pink kind of go away and we're going to see more of that white color come in. As we have shown you with these other puppies, he's still got that wiggle bug. Remember, when you see the wiggly movement in puppies, that means is they're looking for a mom, they're looking for something to eat, and that's what we want to see. Next up, you can see this little red collar male. Isn't he just hardy? I love that so much about this litter. Lady always has the best puppies. They not only are great for temperament and size, they do well at thriving in one of the most vulnerable stages when they're just born. Like I said, once again, they can only smell. They can't see and they can't hear. Can you imagine how hard it is for them to find milk? These guys have had no problem because they have the drive that we're looking for. All right, did the printer run out of ink or what? This guy is just absolutely adorable. We get a white puppy always with ladies' puppies, and it always makes me laugh. Like, just at the very end, there's always one puppy that just gets a few of her red spots and a stunning white coat. And this guy is our lucky one. He's our green collar male, and even now, you can start to see the little differences in just how he moves and settles. He's settling really well, and he is just doing so great. As we watch for these tiny details, we're going to find out that those become personality. Now back here with mom, you'll notice they don't really care how they get there. They just know they need to eat. They'll climb over each other to make it happen. Sometimes you'll see them nursing on top of someone else who's actually at the very bottom. One thing we're very intentional about is temperature. We keep one area warm and another area closer to room temperature. That allows them to self-regulate. So if they get too warm, they can move away, and if they're too cold, they can come back in. At this stage, they can't regulate their body temperature yet, so everything we do in their environment is about supporting them. We are just so excited to watch these teddy bears grow because this stage is so fleeting, it goes by so quickly, and being able to bring you along for the very beginning is something that really matters to me. So if you want to go ahead and follow along with this litter, just know that we're just getting started. Remember to stay tuned for our part 2, and this just gives you a little preview of we're going to go through what is early neurological stimulation and why does it matter to your puppy. We're excited to cover that, and we thank you for watching with us. Until next time, thanks for watching.